What are you doing there? Oh, hello. What are you doing in the bathroom? That is very strange. You shouldn't be doing that. What was I doing upstairs? It's also a good question. We're going to a dark room now. Essentially, today's printing day. It's the first day I'm going to begin printing, and I have set up a lot of the upstairs with just loads of papers, different other types of papers, inks, all the different things that are included in the prints, so I can make it a well-oiled machine. Just got to bring the printer up, and then, oh boy, I'm scared I'm gonna run out of ink, so I just had to buy an entire extra pack of ink, and ink is expensive. But hey, gotta run a business. It's an exciting day. Let me just get some quick breakfast. Good morning. What do you want for breakfast? Today, come this way. We have some sausage made by the finest of the Sainsbury, and we also have a scrambled egg, not from Sainsbury. You know, I'm very excited for all the prints I've got to do, and in fact, I've now created a little assembly line in my Notion to be like, all right, so first I do each of the type of print that I have to do, and then sign each one, put them in the plastic sleeve, and then move on to the next step after I get all that done, which would then be the certificate of authenticity, making sure I print all those, slicing them up individually, filling each one individually out as well, signing them, embossing them, then go into the envelope section, embossing. I'm explaining rather than showing because I'm trying to make sense of it in my mind. However, I got to a hang up at the end. The distribution is probably the most stressful, time-intensive part. You know, each individual person's name, address, everything needs to be done in the right way. I don't want it to look bad as well. I don't want it to just be like printed, but I got to figure out how I can do this best. I think Squarespace has an integration with Royal Mail. I feel like this is something I knew, I forgot, and then I just spent some time trying to import in the spreadsheet of orders, and I was like, but now I think we're in business. A rough start to today. Also, this is one of those things that I think obviously is going to be way more stressful at the initial onset, whereas once I get into the flow of things, the next series, everything gets sorted out, especially because in terms of how much time it takes to do all this, will then be factored in once I figure out how to do it. All right, it's actually been a full hour since that last little bit there, and all I've done so far is manage to get my company an EORI number, some fun stuff that Brexit really made things really fun. Not that that didn't exist before Brexit, but more like now I have to get this, something, yada yada. Jeez, I thought I did so much of everything, all this like crazy admin stuff, months prior. Really, I spent a lot of time building up, but there's always things that'll slip through the cracks. You know, selling to the EU becomes really difficult because of, you know, the Tories. Well, actually, I guess because of everybody. You know, or rather, like 51%. No, it was the Tories. I just was really thinking I would be spending the entire day just printing. Very naive, maybe, but this is still an important step. Can't believe there was way more involved. Oh boy. I'm glad I'm documenting this experience. So, what time is it now? It's now 5 p.m. I started this at like 12:30. I've now fully sorted out the Royal Mail side, the printing, the distribution. Oh boy, such a headache. If any of you have ever gone through this, oh my God, I now see something saying invalid address. I managed to get it to work essentially by just looking at the countries that people are buying from and then kind of just hoping that the ones that I put in covered it, and then importing everything again, finding out, oh, China isn't covered. All right, I'll make a specific rule for China. All right, bam. It turns out Switzerland's not actually in the EU, so it wasn't included, so then I went back. But now, all I have to do, hypothetically, is click pay for postage. The Royal Mail click and drop website should, like, literally give me every single printing label for all 150 orders that I've got so far, and then I can print them off with a different printer, and then Bob is my uncle, all right? But I need to take a break at this point. That was, oh boy, a long little bit. Well, all right. It's been quite a good long day. I'm in good spirits. I've got everything fully set up now to basically just do one or actually two big batches with Royal Mail, and then bam, I should get one giant PDF, and I can send that to the printer. I just have to buy some sticky labels. Basically what I realized was I could just print all these using standard paper and then tape them on, but I think that would be very time consuming and also look not that good. And I, like, through every step of this entire printing process, I don't want someone to get a print and be like, oh, this is a bit shit, you know? So I'm going to be getting some sticker paper, which arrives in 2 days, delaying the print's delivery by another 2 days, but I think it'll be worth it when people get the box. You know, it's got the address all stick to it, looks really nice.
good quality. Also, I did find I had an issue right at the final stage when I was trying to go through this process. Someone from the US, I'm hoping accidentally, put their entire address in for like Georgia and then went like, no, I'm in Georgia, United Kingdom. So I actually just had to refund an order, which was weird. It's business stuff. But now I can actually start the process. I'm going to print all my certificates of authenticity up, then I'm going to print all the stories on the translucent paper, and then once those are good to go, man, it's printing time, boy. Whew. Oh, RT does not enjoy the printer. He actually is, he's quite scared of printers. Don't know why. As soon as we use the one downstairs as well, he just goes wild. So, first step, actually, I've got my certificate of authenticity paper here, which is really, really nice quality. Like, honestly, you could probably have some nice prints on this. Platinum etching 285. It's, like, super thick, feels super official. The only issue is only one side of the paper, not the side you'd think, not like the actual normal side, works well for fountain pen. Like, otherwise it bleeds through. And for the life of me, I can't remember which side it was, so I actually have to do a test print. And if it's right here, and I can write on this side, well, then that's good for me. Then I can just continue and then batch print the rest. Woohoo! So we've got to choose the right paper here. We're doing A4. Let's see, there he is. And also, this is if you can believe it, it's like fine art paper. I believe that I just passed it right there. Where was he? Heavy art paper. There we go. Also, oh man, we are getting really low on the black ink, but luckily I bought a lot more. We're good to go. Can you believe an hour has gone by? I can. I like to make a lot of mistakes. Accidentally had this set to A4 borderless mode. So basically, as you can see, just the little tip top of the certificates are cut off a little bit. Unacceptable. So I just went through, did it again. Also, what's interesting is you're actually meant to print on this side. Like, this is the side you're meant to print on for, like, fine art and stuff. But as you can see from my signature there, it doesn't look that good. So I actually have to print on the back. So I had to flip them all around. So, yet again, just another test print piece of paper / lots of black ink down the drain. But it's all in order to get... Oh, man, they look so good. Yes. Yes, Daddy. Look at those. So beautiful. All right, not so bad for my first day. It feels a bit weird, like I haven't done quite enough, but there was so much like logistics that got sorted out today, like filing for that specific VAT type thing so I can sell to the EU. That's all sorted, all my shipping labels, you know, these guys printing it up. I'm gonna do some yoga. Let's snap forward to tomorrow where I can get more done. All right, day 2 in the life of a printing man. I've now gotten even more organized in terms of I made my Notion a bit more organized, so I have it into individual pages on each of the things. I've printed out now every single one of my certificate of authenticities, which is good. Now I just gotta slice and dice them, and then emboss each one individually, write all the details. For each one, I have a tallied list of quantities that I need to do. I've also got now stories printed on this translucent vellum paper. It's quite an interesting material. It's a little bit rougher on the edges, but it's just got a nice quality to it. So just gonna be printing all the stories I need there, going through and making sure I've got all of those done. And then once I got the certificates, once I've got the stories, and I emboss each of the envelopes, and I fill out each of these out, then the time to print the actual prints. Fun fact, the ink for this printer is incredibly hard to get at the moment. It's for the last like 3 or 4 months, it's been very hard to get. I talked to a guy on the phone. Customers have been buying printers and then just saying in a week, like, oh, it didn't work as much as I expected, as a way to get more ink. Luckily, I managed to get every single ink cartridge necessary, except they're still out of stock on the black. But I actually prepped for this, and I have 2 extra blacks downstairs. So, mwah, sweet, sorted out. Let's get to printing. Printing update. I've now officially, according to the printer, I'm no longer low on ink. I'm out of ink. But it seems to be printing just fine. So, seeing how many more of these little stories I can print up before it fully runs out. And luckily, I've got myself a replacement. Hooah! More expensive than oil, this stuff. Oh boy. Try and pinch. Pull it out. All right. Sorted. Push it in. And then close it. Yeah! So I think I finally figured out a system. Print comes out. I sit here. I sign print. I then put it in the sleeve right here, and then do that in batches, so all those will be done. Then when I'm done with this, I come over here, whoop, I chop these up, fill them all out, each of the certificates for the A3s. Then I put in one of the stories individually that is required next to that one. And then lastly, we come over here and there's some thank you notes and the envelopes, which I need to emboss with the embosser. Also have the ink here. Everything seems all sorted. In terms of the postage, we have the tube here. And we also have some more tubes. These are postage boxes for the A3s right there. And then we have loads and loads and loads of tubes. In terms of the A3s, the presentation boxes, these are, what are these? These are my beta testing ones. These are completely unbranded, but I have some branded ones arriving tomorrow, so it'll be worth it. Basically, I'm just gonna keep these for storage purposes. I'd rather people get the full product, so yeah. Having a bit of a meltdown, bit of an issue. Everything's basically worked out perfectly in the past. Obviously, it took me so long to develop them in the right way. And then I've been comparing the one that I've just printed, and I realized that I had the wrong ICC profile, which means it's not exactly calibrated to the way I'm supposed that I want it to look. So I did it again, and each one of these prints that I mess up is so expensive. But also more just like, I want it to work so I can streamline this. This one accidentally has a teardrop on it, just, you know, dripping off. So no one can have that one. It's just, it's too yellow. It's supposed to be a bit more warm, a bit more like warmth in the highlights, and a bit cooler in the shadows. And you can see the difference here, I think, very, very apparently. So I've just got to find out how something has gone wrong in between the prints. Damn. I should have already, I had this all sorted, so I don't know what's going on. At this point, I'm going to hopefully see what the other prints that I've done of this one look like, because it's one of my favorite prints. You know, I'm not going to give it to people if it's not the exact way it's supposed to be. By the way.
Yeah.
Blissy, I fixed it. It works.
No, I don't believe you.
No, it does. The colors work.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
No!
This is the moment of truth. I feel like I went through something today. Had a little bit of a breakdown. I think I've figured it out. After many test prints, a lot of ink, a lot more paper, after switching ICC profiles, which seem to have been seemingly broken in my color sync app on my Mac, maybe after upgrading to the M1 Mac and things were, I fixed that, still didn't cause anything to be fixed. However, what I did do was I connected my Mac to the printer hardwire, as opposed to doing Wi-Fi. I read one little article that said, if you're doing big prints, sometimes you might have issues with Wi-Fi, because if a connection is a bit weaker, and I am 2 stories up from my router right now, no matter how good a router is, 2 stories up, if your Wi-Fi connection isn't that strong, what might happen is the printer basically can't get the driver details in time, and so it goes, oh, I know how to print, I'll just use my own settings. And that's why I've been having such a hard time, because the colors that are coming out are absolutely not the print that I want, and I just wouldn't be happy offering that to anyone. No matter what would happen, I'd rather delay everything for 2 weeks rather than give people a print that's not the exact way it's supposed to be. However, I've now done a test print on the A4 size, and the colors look perfect. I had to go through the process, setting the printer up again from a wired connection, but I can already tell we've done it. So now, that fun fact, that time lapse was actually originally going to be a very long one of me going through and stacking up all the prints, but each of these prints takes about 5 minutes from start to end of it coming out. So, you know what? I'm just really overjoyed. Who wants the teardrop print? Is that gonna, that's just going in the file cabinet. Oh, I should probably mention why I'm now shirtless wearing a different shirt. I had spilled coffee all over myself, so yeah, there we go. Hey, while this continues to print as well, something to note if you're someone that's interested in getting into printing yourself, most of the time with things like this, I really like to buy once or cry once. You know, I try and get the best type of quality I can, so that way I don't have to keep buying to upgrade, you know? I'm that type of future-proofing type person. When it comes to this, which is, this is the way I emboss everything, my certificates and my envelopes here, I went for one that does the job, and it looks great. Honestly, I'm very happy with it. I went back and forth and finally got everything worked out the way I like it. However, what I did do was I went for the cheap hand one, because I was like, well, it's like 50% cheaper and it does the same thing. I'm already in pain from the amount of times I've had to squeeze this. So maybe if you're into maybe thinking of embossing things and you want to do a large quantity, the desk one makes a bit more sense. In the meantime, we got a lot of print to do. So this is the first print I'll be signing to send out. I do just want to say thank you so much to anyone that has purchased any of these prints from me. It genuinely means the world to me. It makes me feel like I actually have created something that is of good value that you appreciate. I really hope you like these. Here we go. I'm gonna do my first signature. Amazing. Oh wow. All right, so the first ever print, I'm gonna flip it around and we will number him as well. 1 out of 25. Lunar Cycle, the sold out one. There'll be no more of these in this size. And then we put it into a nice little sleeve. And I guess it's finally time to print the other 24 of these. I've got a lot of work to do. Oh my God, it looks so good. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. Printing update, oh boy, this is a long one. I'm hoping to look back on this and remember my first ever time. You know, there's a lot of things I won't know until I do, you know, until I try. So I've now got 13 of these printed. Maybe that's an unlucky number. We got 13 lunar cycles in the A3, the big boys. Only 12 more to go. Obviously, we had 4 issues, test prints, and then I also just had one where, for some reason, it just printed half. I'll show you what this looks like. As I said, I switched to the wired connection, and, well, don't jostle your hub. Wasted. But also, I've just come up against probably the worst thing ever. Despite the fact I have a huge amount of ink, I even just placed an extra order for even more ink. Like I said, I tried to gauge how much I needed, but I guess I should be thankful. So many people wanted to print. The photo black ink for this exact printer is completely out of stock everywhere. It has been for a couple months. I luckily snagged one like 2 weeks ago in preparation, but I've already been through that extra one, and I think I probably need like 3 more just for safety. Now I was just off the phone with the guys at Permajet who told me that they're going to ensure that I'm one of the first people that gets it as soon as it comes back. So hopefully it won't delay this any longer, but I'm just really hoping that people, I don't know. I just hope anyone that bought a print is patient with me. I know I'm the type of person that when I buy something, I want it at my door the next day. You know, I think Amazon and stuff like that have really trained us this way, but I am just a one-man band, trying my best, and if I could, I'd get the ink immediately, but I think that's probably going to put another week delay on this. But I guess in the meantime, I can get everything else printed up. You know, I've got all the certificates done. I can just start filling these out, so I won't be biding my time. Well, quick little print update. It's now the next day. I have fully accepted that I'm going to have to, like, delay for ages, and it's kind of like it's something that I've come to terms with. The cops, they're trying to arrest the people that have been buying up all the ink. I get an email. It's back in stock. They've got it back in stock. I called up my other ink people, like, you guys gonna get it in stock? They're like, no, you better place that order. I placed the order. I buy 4 of them, okay? 4. I don't know if I bought 4, okay? I'm trying to stock up. I am panic buying some black ink. I placed my order. It's now out of stock. I bought the last 4. 15 minutes. It's gone, right? I told you there's a big serious issue, but hey, I can start printing again. Oh boy, so a lot has happened. Let me catch up to speed. So essentially, I was really stressed. I was out of ink and I had to send an email to be like, guys, Canon's been out of this black ink for ages. I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but I'm trying my best. I signed up to a couple mailing lists. Next day, I get an email from Canon. Guys, it's back in stock. I'm like, holy crap. I buy the ink, super excited. I then tell everybody about it on Instagram, and then Canon sends me an email the next day. Hey, when we said we had the ink in stock, we lied to you. We don't have any ink in stock. So I'm like, what the heck? God damn. And then the next day, a different company I signed up for a different mailing list was like, we have some in stock. So I was like, give me the ink. And that ink is supposedly arriving tomorrow. I've not kept idle though. I've currently basically written out every single one of these in fountain pen. It took me a very long time, but we now have all the certificates done for all the A3 prints. They're now sorted. All the stories have already been done. I just have to slice and dice them, stamp them with the old embosser, and actually, the thing I was really excited to show you guys. So here we have secret box. Everyone loves a good secret box. This is kind of one of the reasons for the slight delay in the prints. Also, at this point, by the time you're watching this, because of how long it takes me to edit these types of things, I got British citizenship, so I'll be making a whole video about that on this channel, hopefully, right after this one. But that's another reason I've just got a couple things going on at the same time. Anyone that got an A3 print, instead of just getting a standard black presentation box, oh no, my friends, you get something even cooler. Oh my God. I am so impressed with this. Oh my God, that looks so good. This is genuinely the first time I'm seeing one in person. I approved an image of what it would look like. Look at this. Look, wow. It is, you see the shine? Wow. Oh yeah. Whew. Amazing. And I guess the ink arriving tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow for the final step. Continuing the rest of the prints. Oh boy. Hello. It is another day. I feel like I've really caught up with what I need to do. These right here are all, this is one of the coolest things. Each of these is on like label sticker paper, so I can just peel off the label and stick it to the box. So everybody that has ordered a print, I've now got the labels done, I've got all the stories figured out, everything's sliced. I woke up at 6:30 in the morning to get that done, but all that's left is actually printing, and I finally, thank God, got myself some ink. And the issue is, because I placed an order with so many different companies, because I was so desperate to get the ink from whatever way I could as fast as I could, I ended up getting it from 2 separate companies. So now I've got, thank God, the coveted black ink here from Canon, and then I also have one from another company arriving tomorrow, so I definitely have enough ink to go around, all right? And without further ado, let's actually get to the printing. I've learned a lot, and I can speed up the process and figure out where my bottlenecks are. So don't get citizenship and decide to sell prints the same week, all right? First learning. I won't do that again. It's been a long day of printing, but I've now finished all of the A3 prints of 3 of the prints, and now all I have left is 12 more of Foggy Boat, and I'll be good with all the A3s. Mwah! It's very time-consuming, actually. You know, not in a bad way. There's just certain things that can go wrong that you don't expect. Things that I tried to work into the price, but clearly didn't do a good job, because I did a lot of test prints, so I worked that in. But sometimes you just run into problems, like, hello Bliss, can I ask you a favor?
Yes.
Could you please look at that print? You can climb across this and tell me what is wrong with it and why I couldn't give that to someone and I had to reprint that one.
It's quite...
It's incredibly minor, but it's visible.
Is this a bit orange?
No, that has nothing to do with the colours.
I just start slagging it off.
Yeah. Colours are fine.
Border's alright. So it's not... I did think there was a mark in the corner, but I think that's probably where you put your thumb on this like...
Oh, there might be stuff on the outside, but no, there's no marks on the print.
Oh, can you have a clue?
Does it not feel slightly off?
I said borders as a joke, but yeah. It's wonky.
It's like 0.5% at the wrong angle. I was looking at it and I went, why does it look bad? And it was so subtle. And I was like, no, it's fine. I then tried measuring it against I have like, oh, there's another one, against a good one. And I was trying to compare it to be like, how is this one different? And then I was like, the border's the same. But then the right border was slightly different, but the left one was fine, and it was different on there. Basically, the paper, when it was put in for this specific one, was a tiny bit crooked, and the printer just went with it. And that would just do my freaking head in. I can't imagine if I'd actually like given that to someone, you know, and they were just like,
oh my
it would just bring them pain every day.
That's really
so that's one that I was like, all right, another one. You know, printing diaries, day, I don't know at this point. So now what our goal is to, I got everybody's labels printed out, but they are not in any discernible order compared to like the spreadsheet that I've got of everyone's orders. And if we're trying to tick off like who's paid, and I want to make sure everyone gets the exact number that they got. So if you were the first person to get a print, I want you to get the number 1. Well, now we have to try and like lay all of the labels out on the floor, and we're matching it like some sort of Zelda minigame to be like, all right, this person, and then put them in order. And oh man, it's very satisfying, but it took us like a half hour to get here. All right, we're now moving. Look at this. I'm in like an office space. Bliss has taped all of the orders up on this wall. My plan, we're gonna go through. You read the name. I'm like, cool. What'd they get? We then go through. I write the thank you note, thank you, what they ordered, trying to make it as personal as possible, and then bish bash bosh, throw it together, throw it in a box. The printer's still going on the A4s, and meanwhile, we then open up these boxes full of A3s, give them a spritz, everything's good to go. But this wall is really sexy. I'd show you more, but... Oh my god, there's no microphone on this. So for Melissa's thank you notes, I actually attempted here to draw lunar cycle. I just want you to know, I'm a much better, photographer than I am a drawer. I can't draw. I got no clothes in me. Oh, well, at that, I've now finished the 25th and final lunar cycle. Thank you very much to Zachary. Bliss, how you feeling?
Good and great.
Oh man, what time is it? It's 8:30.
You just looked at your wrist where there was no watch.
Half past a freckle. Yeah, it's 8:30 p.m. I think we've been doing this for like 8 hours today.
Something like that. Who knows what time it is?
It's been fun. I don't know what time it is. I think we have another 10 left of the A3s. Oh boy.
Tomorrow, April. Sorry.
Oh my god, hottest day of the year, 29 degrees. It is the penultimate day of printing. This has been such an adventure. At this point, we've got a box here, as you can see, just full, woo, of everyone's tubes. I've written loads of thank you notes, and so I just gotta put them all in the tubes, seal them up. They've already been labeled. I got a collection coming tomorrow. Basically, instead of having to bring hundreds of orders to the post office, they will come to me for a charge that I didn't factor in, but geez, it is so much worth it. Absolutely amazing. £17.50 to pick up all the orders? Yes, please. And the guy's just going to show up to my residential address and pick up all your orders. And then, hey, all sorted out. Another good day.
I can't believe we're nearly done. Look at him. Look at his little boy.
He's so cute. Job's a good one. So there's got to be... Okay,
It's got to be separate,
I was just
yeah.
told to make it easier to put
Yeah,
in boxes.
yeah. It'd be easier if it was internationally
I'm so
one
sorry.
box.
This is my first time, by the way.
Yeah,
These are all first class.
first class, right?
Good eye. Animals. Thank you. Like how you handed me one, but then took it away. Oh boy. Hell yeah. A successful day. A successful month it took to get this, but we've made it. Alright. No, I'm probably out of go. We did it. Oh my god. Oh, well, it's actually 2 weeks in the future. The second round of prints have now fully been done. How you feel, Bliss?
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. There's so many prints. Everything's done. I've now closed the shop for now. I really thought I'd make this video while I was still selling to be like, you can still get a print. So like I said, I've learned a lot from this. I've really enjoyed the entire experience, and I'm super excited for whenever I come out with the next things. Also, honestly, the amount of support especially for the lunar cycle print, that thing absolutely killed it. Sold out in day one in the A3s, and then even still, this second round, it was I think 6 to 7 times any of the prints, which is just blows me away that people have liked something that I've made that much, to hang it on their wall. So thank you so much to everyone that especially has tagged me in Instagram posts, a little feed. So I'm basically moving, basically, as if I'm moving house. I'm trying to buy a house in the next month or two, and basically really scary stuff. But I'm hoping to have an entire room in my house dedicated to working, and I'll have a spot for the printer, and basically how I've used this room, except way more organized, way more streamlined, and yeah, excited for the future yet again. Thanks for being here. If you want to watch my video I did with the flood the other day, that one's up. It's pretty good. Other than that, I'll see you on the next print job. Thanks, bye.